Hi, I'm Cody Darkstalker, and welcome to the Pull List, although this technically could be seen as a BookTube crossover episode, because today we're talking about a graphic novel, Fun Home, by Alison Bechdel. I am in love with this book, but I have to make a quick little side note. I haven't seen the musical. I want to see the musical. I'm probably going to see it eventually. I haven't yet. This is strictly a discussion of the graphic novel. So, Alison Bechdel wrote Fun Home in 2006, and it's a New York Times bestseller. It has gotten, national and international attention, been translated into a bunch of languages, and it's probably one of my favorite graphic novels, as a standalone. One of the reasons I picked this up wasn't actually even because I recognized the name at first. I know who Alison Bechdel is. I know the Bechdel test. I wasn't really looking at who had written it when I saw this on a shelf. What mostly got me was that it was in the LGBTA graphic novel section at the bookstore that I was in. So I was immediately drawn to it, and then I realized that it was a slice of life autobiographical comic. In fact, the subheading here is a family tragicomic. Now, that spoke to me on a number of levels because I'm queer. So, I'm not a butch lesbian. I'm going to put that right out there. I'm not. I think they are awesome, but I am not one of them. I am a teeny tiny, mostly femme bisexual. But I still felt that there was things that I could really relate to in this sort of coming of age story that takes place in between a lot of the other little things that are going on. This comic is complicated. That's right off the bat. The series of events that take place happen out of order, but the book kind of winds them all together into one continuous narrative. There's a story about Alison finding herself, finding her butchness, finding her lesbianness, and then there's the story of her dad who struggled with a secret life and eventually dies in the book. Now, the story is partially about her, but her father is a major player. The other family members kind of take a back seat to him, which was really interesting for me when I was reading it, because me and my dad do not have a close relationship at all, almost to the point of we don't have a relationship anymore. So seeing other people open and honest about their imperfect relationships with parents was really nice for me, because I sometimes feel alienated in stories about families, because a lot of those stories end up being at the center happy ones, and this is in many ways just not a happy story. Now, it has a happy ending, I guess you could say, because Alison Bechdel became a great person, a great artist. She's done really well with her life, and she lives her life in a way that she's super happy and comfortable with. But at the same time, you can see how this is just, it's a dark story. It is what it is. So if you like dark stories, I recommend this. If things about death and suicide bother you, don't. The title is actually a really, really great, because Fun Home is for what her and her family referred to as their home, which was also a funeral home. So there's this kind of weird, gothic, dark element of death and decay that is everywhere in this book. It's really, really intense when you're reading it, because you can go from a happy scene of kids hanging out to all of a sudden there will be scenes with just a dead body on a mortuary table. See? Yep. So, kind of not safe for work, I guess is what you might call it. But at the same time, this book is so well done, and it handles the subject matter really beautifully. I never felt disgusted or uncomfortable when I was reading it. And the story about Alison finding herself it makes up for all the negativity. It's such a positive story, and knowing what you can now find out about the author/artist in real life, it makes you feel oh my goodness, a person can go through all of this and come out and have an awesome life and be an awesome person. And that's super inspirational and amazing, and I think that more people should be reading this book, and I think that more people should be lining up to see her now award-winning musical. I am really, really looking forward to seeing it. I've been stalking ticket pages looking to get good seats one day. It's a little difficult because things are pricey, but I'm gonna do it. I swear. There's no way I'm gonna miss that show. So, Fun Home. I wonder if any of you guys have read this. If you have, you should talk to me about it in the comments. I would love to have further discussion about Fun Home, about Alison Bechdel, about the Bechdel test, which I am guessing most of you are familiar with, and about LGBTQ comics and autobiographical comics, both of which are things that I really enjoy. And also, I'm sorry I keep saying comic when I mean graphic novel. I am a garbage person and I'm just sinning forever. But whatever. It's fine. So, yes, Alison Bechdel, Fun Home. You should pick it up at your local book or comic store. I recommend it. Several thumbs up. I don't have enough thumbs, so I'm just going to go like this over and over. Just, yeah, powerful stuff. Next time, we are going to talk about, I don't know, something. Leave me recommendations so I know what to talk about. Comics and book recommendations should also be in the thing. Thank you. I'm Cody Darkstalker. This has been a Pull List /BookTube crossover. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night, goodbye, spay and neuter your pets.